You've done it 1,000 times, right? You're browsing online, you find something you like, and you hit that add to cart button. It feels so simple, so instant. But what if I told you that behind that one little click, there's a whole secret world of conversations happening? Well, today we're going to pull back that curtain. All right, let's just dive right in. We're going to start with that one simple action we all know so well, adding an item to our online shopping cart. So you click the button, and on your screen, poof, the item just appears in your cart. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. That simple visual change is what kicks off a whole series of invisible messages flying back and forth. So you have to wonder, how does the website's brain, the server, actually know what you want to do? And more importantly, how do the people who build these websites make absolutely sure that it works perfectly, every single time, for potentially millions of people? Well, the answer, the secret ingredient, is something called an API. Now, the easiest way to think about an API is as a special messenger. It's the messenger that carries your requests from your browser all the way to the website's server and then brings back the response. It's basically the language they use to talk to each other. And of course, you need to make sure those messengers are reliable, right? You want them to be fast, and you definitely want them to deliver the correct information. That's why developers perform a super critical process called API testing. It's like their quality check on the whole conversation, and they do it way before you ever get to see the final website. Okay, so before our messenger can start delivering any messages, it needs permission. It can't just barge in. It has to prove it's a trusted part of the system by performing what you could call a secret handshake with the server. And that whole process, it starts with proving who you are. It takes two things, a username and a totally unique secret API key. The whole thing is kind of like checking into a really high-tech hotel. You go to the front desk, you show your ID, that's your username and your secret key. The server checks them, and if everything's good, it gives you a temporary key card. In the tech world, that's called a token. And for the rest of your visit, every time you want to do something, you just flash that token to prove you have access. So we've got our digital key card, our token. Now we can start the real mission. We're going to simulate a product's entire journey, adding it, looking at it, changing it, and then removing it from the cart, using only these invisible API messages. No clicking on a web page required. So our very first message goes out to the server. It says, hey, my instruction is to add an item to the cart. It proves it has permission by showing that temporary token, and then it gives the details. I want product ID number 40, and I want 2 of them. The server gets the message, does its thing, and then sends back a simple confirmation. Success! From a developer's point of view, that's a win. That item is now officially in our virtual shopping cart. Okay, but here is where things get really, really cool. It's how the information you get back from one message becomes the exact thing you need for the next one. It's like a perfectly set up chain of dominoes. So let's say we want to change the quantity, or maybe remove the item completely. Well, we can't just guess which one to edit. We first have to send a message asking the server, hey, can you show me a list of everything that's currently in the cart? We need to find its unique identifier. And boom, the server responds. And this is where you see that domino effect in action. It gives us the product details, sure, but it also gives us a brand new, absolutely crucial piece of info you see right there at the bottom, the cart ID. In this case, it's the number 7. This cart ID, that is our target. It is the specific handle, the unique name tag that we're going to use in our next messages to tell the server exactly which item in that shopping cart we want to mess with. And now, the next domino falls. We send a new message, and we use that cart ID, number 7, to be super specific. We're telling the server, for this exact item, I need you to change the quantity from 2 to 5. And for the final move in our sequence, we use that same cart ID one last time. We send a remove request, which tells the server to just delete item number 7 entirely. And just like that, its journey in the cart is over. So, we've just watched this entire hidden conversation play out, from start to finish. But you might be wondering, why on earth do developers go through all this trouble to test things this way, behind the scenes? It all comes down to building a rock-solid, trustworthy foundation. You see, by testing the API directly, developers can find bugs in the core logic way, way earlier, long before a button or a menu even exists. It means they can run hundreds of these checks automatically in just a few minutes, making sure the whole system is stable from the ground up. In this whole automation idea is so important that there are pretty much three main ways that it gets done. A developer can run these tests on their own computer, they can share them using a special link for others to run, or, and this is the most powerful way, they can build them into an automated system that is constantly checking the code's health. So the next time you're shopping online and you effortlessly add something to your cart and you change the quantity and you check out without a single problem, you'll know it's not actually magic. It's the result of hundreds of these tiny, invisible conversations, all tested to perfection, happening flawlessly behind the scenes.